dancing in the city lights. Painted red, gonna be no better time. We're feeling high and you know we got a good flow. And there ain't no one gonna tell us no. No, let's go. No hesitating. We gotta move, we gotta shake, we gotta get up on our feet and liberated. You feel like something's out of control. Your mind says yes and your body says oh. Let's go, let's go. The sky is lit and it's gonna be a good night. What's mine is yours if it makes you feel alright. I wanna dance, I can feel it in my bones now. Feel the pull, oh, come on, let your body flow. So let's go. No hesitating. We gotta move, we gotta shake, we gotta get up on our feet and liberated. You feel like something's out of control. Your mind says yes and your body says oh. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We gotta get up on our feet and liberate it. Let's fly and levitate it. We gotta shout, we gotta sing and we make no apologies, we celebrate it. Feel like something's out of control. Your mind says yes and your body says oh. Let's go, let's
Hello, friends. How are we? Just hold the phone. Somebody's having some technical issues. And it's this girl right here. I do not know what's happening. Okay, I think my input is good. Wow. This is interesting. My Rodecaster Pro will not output to me. It doesn't like me. Let's see if this works. Okay, I have some kind of song. It's just, it's like Forrest Gump and a box of chocolates every single show. Welcome to Talking Tokyo. I don't know, that's my working title right now because Let's Go Tokyo actually would have been dope, especially with the intro song, but you know, Andre already took it with the FH Academy course that I did last week. Damn it, Andre! I blame him for everything now. That's what I do. So I decided that I should just go live for just a hot minute. This is not going to be a Keeley hour, not even close. Just to talk about the Olympics coming up. I am deeply interested in hearing from you lot. What are you excited about? What are your plans for watching the Olympics? What do you want to know about what we're going to be doing in FHUmpires to get the most out of this experience? Because honestly, okay, I have some feelings about what's happening right now in terms of the actual competition and the safety of all the participants and the people of Japan and all the people who are supporting this event. I have concerns, deep concerns, but I'm also really grateful at the same time that there's going to be hockey, and there's going to be a lot of hockey. I've got headphones coming out of my headphones. So it's conflicting, right? And I guess that is what it means to be an adult, which is to understand that there are gray areas and there are pros and cons and all that sort of stuff. So I'm happy to talk about all that kind of stuff too. I don't know if you can tell, but it is super, super dark here. So I know in the Europes right now, in the UKs and such like that. Here, let me just brighten that up to make it, that looks better. That you're having a bit of heat, which is really cute. Welcome to 30 degrees. That's what a lot of people have to deal with all the time. Keep in mind that when we had our heat wave 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had under our heat bubble set a Canadian record in the interior of BC, which is not a place that gets hot ever, 39.5 degrees. And the day after they set that temperature record, the village burned down. The village of Lytton, Lytton. You can go Google it. Extremely sad, and one of the oldest indigenous homelands as well. Apparently because of a rail, just a spark coming off the rail, cars moving along, something like that. So, yeah, tell me more about your 30 degrees. Be grateful. Okay, so let's talk about Tokyo, because I've been planning and doing stuff and thinking about what we can do together for the last few weeks, and I'm really excited. Let's just see what's what's happening here in the comments first to see who's all in the house. I think people are making fun of me. You guys are my favorites. Simon Milford's back, so I have both my arms. Thank you. It's awful, Simon, when you're not here. Honestly, I just don't feel right. But don't worry about it. I do understand that you have had a very, very busy few days. So congratulations. I'm sure you're like just feeling like super happy and filled up and all that kind of stuff. Lucio, good to see you, friend. Good to have you. Neil's doing his usual moderator thing. Thank you very much. Please do. If you are new to the channel, please say new if this is the first time that you've joined into one of these things. And let me know, I don't know, who you are. Tell me something about yourself. And this crew, this community will embrace you with arms wide open. That's what they do. Maybe a glass later. Yeah. I had a couple glasses of red last night and they were delicious. And I remembered why I prefer red wine actually over rosé. So I'm going to have to change my graphic now and just be like, just buy me a red. It's better for me anyway. It's healthier. Good to see you, Paul Reeves. Very, very nice to have you. And Job is here. Hey friend, Job was part of the FIH Academy workshop, which I'll be talking about a little bit later on. So he can tell us what his impressions and feedback were. I expect debriefs. I don't expect just to do this stuff and then for nobody to talk about it. Like, you guys need to debrief me on these things. I need that feedback. Simon Jackson's in the house. There you go. Luke's here. Hey, Luke. And yes, different intro song. Ah, gotcha. It's a different show. It's going to be a different show these 2 weeks. So I kind of need to change it. And yes, it's a very boppy, just let's go. No hesitated. It's really quite cute. Man, I used to be able to sing. Not anymore. Crispy's here. Oh, yeah, there you go. Complaining about the heat. Great intro song. Thank you. Okay, cool. And there it is. So, I mean, it's nice for you to be able to go see them, but you do need an audio membership in order to grab those songs. And if you're not in the business of live streaming and using audio on broadcasts that you need to have a clear right to do so, might not be your thing. Thank you, sir. This is my friend Greg, who is a better official. Not better than me, though. Just kidding. Good to have you. Greg is part of the basketball family, so we would call him a third teamer from another sport. And he does very similar educational endeavors as I do here. So I watch his streams to get some ideas, and he watches my streams to make fun of me. I'm just kidding. Maybe he gets some ideas. I don't know. Never too much rosé. Exactly. Thank you, Simon. That's what I want. There you go. If you have been coming to a few of these streams and you're getting value out of them, please do show some support because it allows me to level up my game week after week. It enables me to get support from people and compensate them for the time that they're giving and to do things like run contests, which we'll talk about in a second. Oh, you have no idea, sir, of we're going to talk about in a second. It is going to be absolutely crazy times, but I live for these tournaments, and hopefully my enthusiasm is going to be very infectious for everybody else because I think you should live for these tournaments too. I mean, how many, okay, you guys, you need to tell me, how many times have you settled in for an Olympics and just forgotten to go to work or school? See your friends? What? You're on texting and you're just texting them as you're watching event after event after event after expose story on some compelling athlete you had no idea existed. And I just absolutely, yeah, I love the Olympics. Scott Riley's here. Hi. And there he goes. Vanry, good to see you, friend. Vanry, also part of the Academy workshop. And you'll try to make the huddle so you can debrief me. Thank you. That is the kind of commitment to excellence that I'm looking for. My excellence. Oh, gosh, no. You got to be kidding. You should see what Greg does with his broadcast. Go look him up and just have a gander at some of the things. And if you think I should be pulling some elements of what Greg does in his broadcasts, I'm here for this. I am here. Absolutely. There you go. Okay. They probably wouldn't allow you to skip school for the Olympics. I don't know who they are, but they're monsters. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. And please, as we're chatting away, I would love to hear your thoughts about the Olympics and what it means to you. What confusions do you have? What things are you little like, how do I watch it? How do I do this? How do I do that? I'm here. And for some reason, okay, let's try this. Oh, you know what? Greg, tell me how to do overlays. Okay. First of all, friends, let's talk about what we're going to do. Now, one of the things that really throws me for a loop every time we have a big tournament is that I get lots and lots of feedback, which I absolutely adore. But I get it on many, many, many social media platforms. And there's many, many discussions, and I'm having a DM over here, and then there's a thing over there, and there's people tweeting at me here, and totally fine. I still expect that to occur. But one way that you can really grab the best attention out of this and to be able to interact with all of your best friends in the third team is to head over to the Discord. So I have set up a channel right here. All Things Tokyo. Look, it's empty right now because I haven't put any content in it. So this is going to be a growing thing. If I need to separate out different maybe days of competition because the threads get too long and too disorganized or whatever the case might be, then I will do so. But in addition to having the chat channel, and this, okay, I'm going to hold that thought. The chat channel, there's also an audio channel set up. So I just went live into it. I am literally talking right into the channel. And look, I'm going to share my screen because it's fun. Let's see if I can blow things up. I never learned my lesson, do I? Oh no, that's too meta. That's way too meta.
Hello.
I can't do that. Shh.
Hello.
Anyway, so you can go live into these audio channels and you can have conversations and share screens with your third team friends. So these things can come up spontaneously, and you might be watching something that you can share with your friends. and you can have a chat about that. Maybe there's an article that you'd like to talk about. Maybe you'd like to just sit around in a text sit around in the channel and audio talk while you're watching a game together. That is a great, great place to do it. I'm going to kick off the Tokyo channel by posting the Olympic briefing. Now, for Job and Vanry who were in the workshop, it was declared several times over, so I don't feel... I'm still nervous about doing it, but no, it's going to be okay. The briefing is public, okay? How it gets spread around is another thing altogether, but I've decided that what I should do is put it here in the Discord. So I'm going to invite you all to come into this channel, have a look at the briefing, and we're going to talk about it for the next few days as we get into the tournament. And this will also help all the people who are in the workshop to get their inside information and point issues out to them and help shape the feedback that they're giving, because all the people in the academy are in the academy course are going to be going to they're going to give us a presentation in August, and they're going to tell us what they thought about how the briefing affected the competition. Where did it contribute to great hockey? Where did it maybe fall down? How can we make it better in the future, and that sort of thing. So it's going to be really, really exciting. So again, I am looking for your feedback and your input on this. So if you think of something that you think, oh, this would be so dope, Keely, send me a DM or just put it in the general chat in the Discord, whatever you want to do. Okay. So that is one thing. And 1, 3, 4, 5, 2. Look, I'm a hot mess. I don't know what else to do. I forgot to move because I reordered my presentation. My Rodecaster Pro is not sharing sound. Isn't that interesting? Oh, right, because I don't have it plugged in. You probably heard the alert, but I didn't. Okay. I have some troubleshooting to do after this show is over. Daily watch parties. That's what I want to talk about. So back into the Discords. For yellow friends, for sure, we are going to be having our usual watch parties. I am going to do one every day. That's right, one every day. You know why? Because I should be doing one today, but I'm saving it up. So if you're not a member of Yellow yet, let's see if I can turn this on. Turn Pro Mouse on, toggle functions, mouse halo, zoom. Here you go. Oh, you still can't see it. There you go. Sort of. Damn it. That is very interesting how that doesn't work on eCam. So this is where we have our watch parties and our huddles and things like that. So if you want to be a part of this action, look, I'm not going to tell you how to cheat because that's not how I do things. But if you were to sign up for a 14-day free trial that started at the beginning of the Olympics, that might be a good way to test it out. I'm just saying. But after those 14 days, if you haven't completely fallen in love with the experience, hey, that's fine. Walk away. Okay, so watch parties there. I'll occasionally open them up for green as well, and I will run watch parties in there as well. Just a few things because I want to thank all of the green members who jump in. So daily watch parties, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for the yellow third teamers input as to which match they'd like me to do. Polls, as it were, every day. And I'm thinking probably they'll end up being the later set of games, which we'll get it into a second. Okay, so let's see what is happening in the chat before I move on to the next thing. Main. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to talk about the thing. Yes, this is where you go if you want to learn more about... Actually, just go to FHU3T.com. That's a great place to go because it's got the whole intro page of all the things that we're doing. And there we go. Yep. Yeah, yep. Not happening. Okay. Awesome. Good. You pop in there, and that's available to everybody. Okay. That's not just FHU 3T members. That's everybody. Okay. Because this experience is available to all of us. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Like, I'm not having enough problems with my Rodecaster Pro not working for me. There you go. Why is everybody going to be so why does everything have to be so heavy is what it's called. Yep, and that was on the background. There you go. Heavy. There you go. Okay. So the last thing on the whole Discord's topic that I'll just go back to right now is the GoodCall contest. So don't forget, we have launched this. And I know it's early days, friends, and everybody's like, oh, I don't know what this is. It's totally fine. But if you go into the contest rules, you can see how it all works. That if you see something, hear it on a live stream, anything, and you think it's hilarious, helpful, embarrassing to me, awesome, whatever it might be. And it doesn't have to be something I said. It could be something anybody said and shared. If you like that and you want to share it with the people who are close to you, slap that in your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it might be. TikTok is the last one. Tag at FHUmpires. Hashtag good call. Good call. Okay, good call. Wayne's World. And we will, and then you come back and you put the link in the entry links channel right here. Okay. If you have any questions about how this works, ask me, ask Niels, we'll sort it out, but it's all good. And he's really nervous because there's only 23 days left. It's going to be fine. And then everybody's going to vote. And if you have the most favoritist entry, the most favoritist good call, $30 gift certificate. So if you're a yellow member, that covers your membership for a month. Right? Not gonna lie. That sounds like a good idea to me. You can buy a t-shirt. The merch is coming up. I've been working on it. So the new set of merch, because I've been trying out different products and I've found that there are some that I would want to have that big red whistle on, and then there's others that I don't. So I've been experimenting myself. So there you go. There you go. Niels is all over it. And if you weren't sure, he's super excited. Hello, sir. Welcome to Talking Tokyo and FHUmpires. It's good to see you. Hang on. That probably didn't work. I blew the DJ air horn to welcome you. Srakanth. I hope I said that right. Very warm welcome. Good to see you. What happening? Well, we are talking about all of the things. Okay, what's next? The schedule. Holy smokes. Okay, so let's talk some turkey about what's happening during this Olympic Games. Now, you may not be like me and have been obsessing about how your life is going to change for 2 weeks. But I have been. Where's my schedule? Friends, this is what life looks like starting Friday evening for me and for most of you. Like, you'll see on my calendar on the left-hand side, all of the times are in my time zone. On the left-hand or on the right-hand side, I have it in GMT +2. So Central European time is over here. So you can see the difference. If there's anybody in the crowd who would like me to pull this up for their time zone, you just tell me. If you'd like New Delhi, I can do that. If you'd like Sydney, I can do that too. If you'd like somewhere in South Africa, like Joburg or Durban, I can do that too, okay? But this is what it looks like. So for my time zone, for everybody, there's 2 sets of matches. Okay, there's the morning set, and then they break for 4 hours, and then there's an evening set in Tokyo time. So for me, that means that there's a set of matches in the evening that start at 6:30 p.m. And then there's another set of matches that start at 3:30 a.m. And then for you at Central European time, that means the Matches start at 2:30 a.m. Central European Time, the first set, and then the second set of matches is at 11:30. Now, here's the problem that I have, you monsters. Okay, fine, give the athletes 4 hours of rest time during the heat of the day in Tokyo, and I know it's going to be awful for them. But overlaps, people, this isn't pretty. Look at all these overlaps. And I have to figure out what's going on the 25th. Something terrible. So that's what we're dealing with until we start getting into the 31st. And then the games don't overlap anymore. Thank goodness. But, man. So my question to you all is, I am going to do a daily wrap-up stream. Mostly because it'll be an incredible challenge for me to look good 7 days a week for 2 weeks. Okay, I'm gonna have some really bad hair some days. I'm not gonna lie. Look, don't even at me with that because it's reality. And those days will be no more, or those streams will be no more than an hour. But I'm hoping half an hour to 45 minutes, I will have 1 to 2 clips and just one sort of overall wrap-up topic theme where I just want to give you guys a hint if you haven't watched a particular game and it's of deep interest, something in, just an overall wrap of the 8 games that we saw that day, or later on the 4 games. That's my intention. Am I suicidal? Perhaps, but we're gonna see. I'm thinking what I'm going to be doing is to broadcast it at this same time of the day or an hour earlier. So I have it here at 7 p.m. Pardon me, Central European Time, 6 p.m. in the Britons of the Greats. If that seems like a good idea to you, let me know. What I don't want to do is push this any later because I need to sleep at some point. You see, I have it scheduled. Sleep, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. sleep. Look, I have to plan this stuff out. And I think this sleep bracket right here at the top from 11:30 to 3:30, I don't think it's always going to happen. It's probably going to be shorter. So that's what I'm planning to do. I'm looking for your feedback on that. And I know that it's going to be, oh, you guys are hearing the sounds. Thank you for letting me know. I don't know what's happening because it's not showing on my levels either. It's pandemonium. Okay. So I'm literally getting discorded from people in the live stream community while I'm live streaming. My mind is going, it's got to stop. Okay. So this is one way to look at a schedule. And if anybody wants to subscribe to this calendar, let me know. I'll send you the link and you can just get them automatically. You just click a link and they'll show up on your Google Calendar, your iCloud calendar, whatever the case might be. I'll do that for you. I'll be your Huckleberry. But you can do 2 other things to get your calendar and to get your schedule sorted out. Go to Olympics.com, click on Tokyo 2020 hockey. And what's nice about this is that it actually does give you, right behind my face, you can sort of see the you can see the CBC logo. You can see the CBC logo right there. That is my national broadcaster, and you all have your own national broadcasters. Are there places that you can go that are not your national broadcasters? Perhaps. I don't know. You'll have to DM me about that kind of thing and educate me. But there you go. That is going to be your best bet. Interestingly, so I went to the CBC site and they're going to live stream 26 of the matches. So that's 26 out of the 76 matches, which isn't bad. So all the Canadian men's matches are there, obviously. And then they're carrying all of the playoff matches except one men's semi for some reason. I don't know why. But they have all the quarters, most of the semis, and then all of the medal matches. So it's not the worst, but might explore some alternatives. I can't talk about it. There you go. Okay. Neil's one set schedule. Another place that you can go, friends, and let's see if I can do this properly, is you can go to the FIH's own publicly facing, but kind of internal TMS system, tournament management system. Okay. And this is the link. You can probably just see it right at the top there anyway. tms.fih.ch. What is really cool about this particular site is that you can see everything about a match. So, for example, let's check out the Japan-Australia match that's coming up. This is where you get the live as it's happening incidents. So there's a little ticker that'll be going along in these quarter boxes. And if there's a goal, if there's a card, if there's anything, whoop, it shows up with the minute. And then the corresponding information is down here in the, goals. Oh, that's just the match sheet. Sorry. But if there's another screen that comes up when you are actually live in the match, and you can see the details about where the location is and things like that, and the local time. So don't get it twisted, friends. This is the local time of when the games are going. Tokyo time, okay? And yeah, the lineups will be displayed. So the team managers have to submit their lineups for who is playing in the actual game. I believe it's 1 hour prior. If David Alcock was here, he'd be able to tell me exactly what the time frame is. But you can see the head-to-head matchups between, who's there. And okay, I can just tell you all the cool things about this whole thing. Let's go back to the entire tournament. And let's go to the officials tab, because that's what we care about, right? We care about the officials tab. And we can go scrolling down. Now, this is the list of all the officials. And so if you're a big fan of Peter Wright, and if you're not a big fan of Peter Wright, get on the bus, because he's dope. I really adore him. And you can see all of the matches that Peter Wright has done in that tournament. Right? It's very cool. What I wish that this did was actually link to his profile, but we can actually do a search, and we can go in and we can find Peter Wright. We can go up to the search bar. Sorry, it's truncated because I'm a monster, but I am writing Peter Wright, and I'm gonna search, and here are my search results. And here he is. Yep, that's the dude I'm looking for. And now I can go in and I can see all of his stats. Isn't this the best? So you can see how many matches were at the tournament, how many did he umpire, how many did he VU, all that kind of stuff. And you go down to the bottom and you can see everything. Now, let me put a big caveat into this whole situation. It is not entirely accurate for a lot of people. So, for example, if you search my name and you go into here, you will see like a few tournaments out of the 30 odd that I did. And then you'll see my numbers and they don't match up. There's like 15 tournaments that are just that don't even exist, because this system came about sort of as I was midway through my career. So they got some of the statistical data from the umpires, like how many caps do you have? And they check back in the records, good. But they didn't go back and actually fill in those tournaments in the database, if that makes sense. And you'll also see discrepancies like that for players who have been around long enough. But if they're relatively new, relatively young, you might see all the matches. So when you look at this, 19, 10, 19, 2, 20 competitions, all that kind of stuff, and how many matches, and he's got 134. Well, I'm not a maths expert, but that doesn't add up. Anyway, so you can go in and you can find out some statistical information on your umpires. This is where I get my info from, folks. This is how we do. So let me scooch on over to the women's comp for a second. You'll see that the officials lists are exactly the same for the men's and the women's, because that allows them to appoint all those people to each side of the competition. The tournaments have always been set up like this, where it's one gender, the other gender, because the teams only compete against the same gender. So in order to keep that part organized and for the standings to work and the crossovers to work and all that kind of stuff, they keep separated, but the officials are populated into each tournament and then they get cross. Anyway, I hope that all makes sense. And then in here, you can go into the match list and you can see all of the games. If you ever wonder, if you ever see my clips and the file titles, they always have M01, W03, stuff like that. That's an abbreviation for the match number. Men's match 1 of that competition, men's match 5, women's match 10 of that competition, because it helps me keep stuff organized, right? So you can get all the information. The reports is where you will actually find the appointment sheets. So this is what I get my info from. And this is when it's public. When it's listed here, it's public information and everybody can use it and see it. Until it's here, we're not supposed to share it, just so you know. So this is where I can go and I can get all the official appointment information. So look at all the things you guys are learning here. Let me check in the comments and see where y'all at, because I've been talking for a hot minute. That's the Tokyo schedule. Should I just knock off the things that we've talked about? All things Tokyo. The briefing. See, now it's all in order, Simon. How do you like them apples? Daily watch parties. Oh, and I already talked about the GoodCall contest. Well, that's a relief. Okay. Let's see. It worked. Yes, Luke, this is my life. This is literally going to be my life. I remember how I felt after Euros, and I was really tired. I was really tired, but it wasn't as bad as after the Commonwealth Games. That tournament killed me dead because it was it was on the Gold Coast of Australia. Okay, so Niels wants that. So yes, I will post a link in the Discord. How's that? And then if anybody wants to sub to that particular calendar from me, they can. Okay. For the Duchies under us, the hockey, yes. So you can do that too. I would just say that the more you can go to the source, the better. And schedules do change. So things happen, and especially with the pandemic, there may be things. Okay, so there you go. Hey, Dennis, good to see you. I can't even hear the horn, but I played it for you. Okay, you can click history. No, so the history, no. So as I showed Crispy, you probably already know that. It shows you the history in that tournament if you access their link from within the tournament, unfortunately. So there you go. And you missed everything. Everything. I've already talked about all the things. I've talked about all the things. It's going to be great though. So I want to know from you, what are you most excited about for this event that just happens to be touted as the premier hockey event on the calendar every 4 to 5 years? The one thing that I really love about the Olympics, especially after watching the Pro League for the last 2 years, is we get to see other teams. Hallelujah. Okay. I want to see Canada playing Germany. I want to see GB playing South Africa. I want to see the Indian women playing everybody. Like I want to see these teams and the different contrast and styles. And there are also, like the umpires are going to be mostly the same, but they get to see a different combination of styles and that sort of thing, different outcomes, and hey, maybe some underdog stuff, right? Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't it be cool to see somebody like just do something completely unexpected? So if you're a hockey fan, I think that's the best part of it, is seeing all that. I think one of the most challenging parts of the Olympics I've already touched on is how do we watch every game that we are interested in watching, not just necessarily our home teams. And sometimes even our home teams matches aren't going to be shown because it's not a big enough game or whatever. So if our national broadcasters don't pay for the rights to a particular event on the schedule, strictly speaking, we can't see it. And as far as I'm concerned, that's crap. If the IOC can't figure out how to work with all their rights holders in the various jurisdictions to be able to provide a secondary subscription source where somebody can pay, okay, let's just say we're insane and we're going to pay $100 for 2 weeks of Olympic action, and it is an absolute all-you-can-eat buffet. Every event you want to watch, every time, every country involved, doesn't matter. You get access to everything because they have that capacity. They have that. All the productions are being produced. And all they have to do is just flick a switch on a site, let everybody pay, and then they'd be able to see it there. And then the IOC could share that revenue from that place with the particular countries. But the problem is advertising revenue. As always, that is the big sticking point. But if they were sharing the revenue from the subscriptions to the national broadcasters, would that take care of the problem? Would that take care of this? I would hope so. I would hope so. Because you know what? People are going to go find their broadcasts anyway. So do you want a piece of that action, IOC, or not? That's my rant. Let's see what's happening. Niels is most excited for the watch parties. Absolutely. I'm excited for those too. And I'm very excited because I think I've figured out the problem that I was having with Ecamm and, sorry, that noise was probably awful. Sorry. The problem with my Ecamm streaming continuous video and the crashing. I've only been working on it for 6 weeks, but I think I figured it out, how to fix it. Schedule changes. Simon's giving us an example. The over 45s were due to play 25 minutes each way. They were offered quarters due to the heat and eventually chose 17.5 minute quarters, so playing 20 minutes more each game. Go figure. I'm going to let that marinate for a second because I don't know what's happening there. That's weird. Okay, I will definitely give you the daily updates, and hopefully what'll happen for you, Rachel, and for the rest of you, that you'll be able to, I don't know, like, can you red button and can you go back to a previous event? Even if it's not live, can you go back and go, boop, show me this game from this time? I'd be interested to see if you guys can do that. I can't remember what they did, what CBC did during Rio. I can't remember if I was able to watch things from the past, like earlier that day. I know for my purposes, for FHUmpires, I will be able to get access to the games after the fact because that's part of my agreement with them. So that's good, but there will be limitations on that usage. So that's going to be important. I'm not sure what's in the Discord, what's going to be in the Discord. Am I going to do the watch parties in the Discord, or I don't know what the question is. Because I'm a... Just in case it didn't work the first time. So, that's the lowdown. Here, let me bring all the things up again. In incorrect order. Okay. So, the All Things Tokyo 2020 Discord category channel, where there's a text channel, and that seems a little loud. I'm gonna turn that down. Let me turn that down. No, that's not what I'm talking about, Niels. So the category is there. I'm going to be putting up the briefing, and we're going to have a chat about it for the next few days, and I'll tell you what I know about it, what I understand, what the consensus has been coming into it, where the stakeholders have had input, and why certain decisions have been made. And I'll be very interested in your feedback on all of that. And I'm sure Vanry and Joe will be very interested as well. The daily watch parties will be there. Okay, and then what I'll do, because eCam is working again, the watch parties will be uploaded to the FHUmpires.com website for yellow members to see on replay. Okay, now the thing is, there's going to be a ton of content. Like daily watch parties, that's one full match with, you know, this jerk face over here talking over it. So it's a lot. But if that's the only way you can get a watch party, and if you can see a few of those during the Olympics, they will be available to you, and they'll be available after the Olympics. And that's a big part of why I still put up so much content on the website, is that I want it to be a resource library for y'all. So you have a place you can go when you have downtime, when you haven't done 6 days of hockey like Simon Milford just has, and you can catch up on things on your schedule. So that will be there. And if you don't know exactly where to find all those things, Niels will pop a link to just the FHUmpires.com website. If you're logged in and you are an FHU 3 team member, you will be able to see those private membership restricted areas. Okay. Oh. So yes, I have a feeling I missed that particular song. I should go see which song it was. I had to turn them all down individually. There it is. Yep. Okay, now it's turned down, and now I can turn up the sound effects again. Okay, see? Problem solved. Thanks for the feedback, though. I appreciate it. As always, it's a learning process, and I need to be debriefed all the time. There you go. FHUmpires.com. Okay? So the daily watch parties will be there. I've shown you the schedule. I've shown you the 3 different ways. You can go into the Discord and you can subscribe to my ICS schedule so that you can get all of the matches that are going to be available. And actually, I put up all the tournaments there into that schedule to show when I should be paying attention to a game. So until I delete that calendar, you know, that'll be something that you can have a look at. And you can go to Olympics.com and you can go to TMS, the FIH TMS, and you can get all the insider data and deets. So very cool. Anything else? I think we might be good, friends. I think we might be ready. And how did I do? 50 minutes? Who did that? Oh, you guys. Not what I was expecting. It was great, though. I hope this was helpful for y'all. I hope that you are getting a little bit excited. So for me, the action starts Friday night. I'm just going to go back and make sure, because so yes, the action starts on Friday night for me. And so my first daily Tokyo, my first Talking Tokyo daily update will be on Saturday. And I'm expecting that I'll do it at 11. But you need to give me a little flexibility, friends, because I'm not, like, what if I pass out from exhaustion? What if, I don't know, I've exceeded my internet usage for the day and I need to wait a little bit? So this is my plan. So that's 11 a.m. and so that's 7 or 6 p.m. if you're in British summertime. Central European Summertime, 7 p.m. I missed that song too. Hopefully that'll work. Let me know. And hopefully I'll have the time as I'm watching and then trying to catch up to watching the games for the first week. I will be able to pull out a few interesting things for you. So there you go. Welcome to the Tokyo plan. Thank you very much. See me in Tokyo. Oh man. I wish. I do wish. I don't wish, but I do wish. Maybe next time I'll get a chance to go for some reason or another. We will see. Crispy, I'm sure everyone's excited as you are, and you're very lucky that. Hey, it's my pleasure. It's why I'm here. Excellent, Vanry. Let me know. I'm looking forward to chatting with you as the games are going and all that kind of stuff. You're very welcome, Lucio. You're welcome, Luke. I can't wait to see you around a lot more. Tell all your friends. Hi, Riaz. You're new and you didn't tell us. I think you're new. You're new for a comment. It's great to see you. And I have one more comment coming up. Here it is. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm very excited and we are going to have an awesome time. Please send help though. If I'm doing a watch party and I start doing this, send help. Srikanth cannot wait for the action to start. Go India. Yes. Go all the teams. Srikanth, I can't wait to see the Indian women play. I love watching them play. They are really, it's just one of those underdog stories, and I want them to do well in this Olympics. I really do, because I think it would just be so good for hockey in the region. So there you go. Job, you can't wait either. Awesome. Thanks very much for tuning in, everybody. We will see you on Wednesday for a What Up Wednesday, which obviously will go on pause during the Olympics. And I will cover a few topics again, as per usual. Back to the other music, back to the other backgrounds, back to the other color scheme, the whole thing. There you go. And we will see you there. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Bye.